Test, test. Okay, I think we have some sound now. Someone give me that thumbs up. I see sound. Looks like sound. No. Yeah, come on, come on. Someone say sound. Someone tell me we got this. Anything yet? Anything? No, no. There you go. All right. Okay, so when you couldn't hear me, what I was saying was I just got a new computer set up, and from late last night to today, had to get a lot of things set up. Thought this was set up, but you know what? Some things didn't work quite as well as I was hoping for, but I'm glad you guys stuck around while I had that little sound issue. So I appreciate that. So welcome back to Bear's Workshop. We did a flyover today of Nikola and of Lucid, and today is going to be Lucid's live stream. So you guys got anything to say? Start saying it. We got about 46 people on. That's good. That's good for me. Maybe not good for others, but hey, appreciate you waiting through my sound issues there. And let's go ahead and get right into the video since we got a bunch of people on already. And we'll start talking about what we see today and the car count as we get to it, because that's what you guys are here for. Okay, we're back. All right, different scene, different sound source. So fixed it. We'll take that back a little bit. Waiting for someone to tell me we got sound again. But drum roll for the sound, please. No sound, no sound. Sound is back. Okay. All right, sorry about that, guys. Like I was saying, new computer, new setup. Everything wasn't quite the way I thought it was. So let's get into the video real quick. So before something else breaks. So this is the south end of the site. This is the perimeter wall that's being put up. The perimeter grade beam. It looks more like a wall. You can see they're actively pouring concrete there. You got guys standing around. They're all telling each other what to do, I'm sure. But they are definitely making progress. This building obviously is going to be a little bit different than the other buildings, just because you could tell with the perimeter grade beam that they're putting in first as opposed to what they're doing on the other side. So this again is the south end. That's the this is again the area that's not in the site plan, so we still don't know what kind of building that is, and we're still waiting to hear something from Casa Grande on the current site plans. We did a zoom in on the far side. This is looking west. You can see that they're still doing grading work. They're removing dirt, and we're going to get in and we're going to see a little bit of the construction staging area where they have materials, but you can see that they're removing dirt. I don't know where they take it. Don says he can hear me all the way up in Indianapolis. Were you able to hear me when I was on mute? Probably not. So, all right, and then we're flying north, looking west. You can see they still have more steel that's being staged, laid out as they're going to go head south from where they're at. And here in a second, you're going to see how far they've gotten with the structure. You can see at the top end here. This is where one crane's been working since last week, and they've got about, looks like 9 sections done there, and they're still making progress. You got the 2 other cranes right here, and they're just headed south. 3 sections each, and they're just continuing to build. So they're getting making pretty decent progress. I'm impressed. Let's see, how about negative 4K down on my Lucid short. Wow, why does it keep going up? Valuation is unjustified. I hope Saudis pull the rug so I may survive. Well, you shouldn't have shorted the stock. I know you were on the live stream yesterday talking about how you want Lucid to fail. Got to start ignoring you, I guess. I don't like short sellers. Not a big fan of people wanting others to fail. Anyway, here's the parking lot. You can see there's plenty of cars in there. The two solar areas on the south end of the parking lot. And as we head north, you can see they're still working on the, this is the extension to the parking lot. There was a trench here that looks like it was filled in. I'm going to stop it here for a second. My guess is that they're going to finish off this parking lot and maybe install the solar panels right there. My new mouse, every time I touch it, it changes where the screen is. I got to be careful with that. Leo, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Leo is also a new Patreon, and now he's giving me a super chat. Thank you, Leo. We appreciate you supporting the channel here. And as we continue on, this area right here where my mouse was the retention pond where water runoff will be going to in the future. Daniel said, how many models does Lucid make? I think there's four models of the Lucid Air. Oh, thank you, Brian. I think you said that at the same time I did. Leo says, I'm all in for Nikola, but also supporting my Lucid family. Good luck to everyone. Thanks, Bear. Thank you, Leo. I appreciate that. Let's get the likes up, everyone. Show support to Bear. Yeah, you know what I was thinking? I know I put this thing out about the patrons, and if we get 10 a week, we'll go out the following Monday. Maybe this week, if we could get 400 likes on this video, we'll go fly Monday. So if you guys think we can share this video to other people, help us get to 400 likes. If we can get that, we'll fly on Monday. Okay, so that's our goal right now. And right now we're at 25, but we just started. So let's see if we can get to 400, and then we will fly next Monday. I think that's a fair goal. Doesn't cost anybody anything. But we also like Patreon, so if you guys want to support us, please do that. So over here you can see the crane is actively lifting beams in. So you can see that they're actually working. They're still not just moving dirt around. Let's see. John Reed, what's wrong with you? So, yeah, we'll ignore you. Brian, Dream, Grand Tour, Tour, and Pure. Those are the different versions of the Lucid Air. Looks like I still got some adjusting to do. I'm cutting my head off on this a little bit. I don't want to squat, but we're going to get this fine-tuned. This computer is performing flawlessly, by the way. No fans running. Everything's running very smooth. Right here, don't want to miss this. I'm going to pause this for a second. While we were flying, I'm going to go back here a little bit. It's hard to see, but I'll put my mouse where it is. Right here, that plane was probably flying very close to our altitude, and our drone gives us a warning when there's a plane in proximity. So we ducked down when we saw the plane, and you can see it following my mouse right there. It looks far away, but he was actually over the factory. Just not as easy to see on the computer, but it's there. Thomas Rubisky, thank you for your super chat. We appreciate the support. It's very helpful. Any support you guys can give us, we're always going to be grateful for it, and we're always going to thank you. I don't like to beg. This computer did cost $1,700 on Sunday when I bought it, but it's working flawlessly, and I'm really happy that we can give you better content with less choppiness. John, I'm not going to read your comments. I don't even know what they say. Let's see. Open to the road. Go hit like. There you go. Everyone hit the like button. Well, wow. We went from 25 to 49 real quick. So I appreciate that, you guys. Imel says, Elon lied, Peter lied, they all lied. Only difference is the liars don't work at Nikola. They've been removed, whereas all these other companies keep people at that guy that I don't even want to mention. So here you got, we've got to zoom in. This is, where was this area? Oh, this is, you can see just at the top of the screen, that's where the staging area is for a lot of the construction equipment. I'm going to pause this real quick right here. This unit right here, on this truck, and that crane right there, those are all ginormous AC units. They're very similar in size to the ones that we see them putting on the Nikola roof. And we've seen some of those similar sized ones also at the Tesla Gigasite. So those are some pretty large AC units, and they got them in quite early. Maybe they'll be putting them up earlier than some of the other companies do, and working around it instead of cutting holes out after the fact. Not sure what the plan is, but they don't let me know. Jay Leno's Garage Lucid Air episode on January 17th. Yes, I retweeted that on Twitter. That was announced by Len Devana, put that out there. He's the social media director at Lucid, and I shared that. So if you guys want to see that on the 17th, take a look at that link. Let's see. Chris says, what a wonderful work. Thanks, Bear. Don says, wow, love that they're working on the second building. Yes, they sure are. And here we're crawling across. This is zoomed in. This is the construction parking lot. That's how far we're looking. So this is probably a good half-mile away. That's Tractor Supply Company right up there. That's their property. That's where we fly over, right in that corner when we get you those other angles. And here's a close-up of the construction site. I'm going to pause this and catch up on these chats real quick. Let's see. Nikola literally made the truck go downhill. Okay. That's news. I had no idea. Sammy, thanks for the update. User 9. Regarding Jay Leno's Garage. Woohoo from Sammy. John Reed, you're basically rewarding. Okay, why do I keep reading this stuff? Sammy gives a lot of thumbs up. And Don says, how do I become a Paterno, which I assume you mean Patreon. There'll be a link in the video. If you scroll down, let me just take a look. Just make sure that's in there. If you scroll down and the comments, doesn't look like it's in there. Oh, yes. No, it's not. We're going to get that updated somehow. Oh, no, it's right at the top. I'm sorry. It's the first line. So if you want to become a patron, it's the first line in our description. And right underneath that is Brian Cha had started a GoFundMe to help us replace our drone, which we have replaced the drone. That was $4,500, and I appreciate Brian's help in that. Nikola and Lucid to the moon from iMelt. So Don, just take a look at the description, and that's where I'm at on the comments. Let's see. All right, John. Thanks, Bear, for doing what you're doing. I'm just saying Nikola's a fraud. I think there was aspects to that company that was fraudulent at the beginning from Trevor Milton. And whether or not other people knew that what he was doing was wrong, they can't stop him. From what I was told from people who knew Trevor, is that he pretty much had diarrhea of the mouth, and he would just say things and they had no control over him. He was the main owner of the company. He was a CEO. So once he was gone, I think the company has focused down and really tried to make this into something where they could have just given up. And they are producing trucks, they are getting orders, and they are going to have income. So yeah, maybe they were a fraud, or some aspects of it was. And we're moving on from that. John says, Lucid going to the moon. Nikola, on the other hand, is feeding bad behavior of liars. Sell your Nikola and buy more Lucid. Bill says, you're the man, Bear. And Daniel says, corporations don't lie. They stretch the truth. And I believe in most of these cases with these CEOs promising things of delivery dates and different types of specs in cars, I believe a lot of times they're wrong as opposed to lying. I think Trevor was lying. And I think there's a difference. I think that's one reason why they went after Trevor. But whether it's Elon or Peter, they've been wrong about delivery dates and expectations as opposed to lying. I don't think that they really went out to try and lie. I think that they were just wrong. They thought they could do something where they couldn't. I think it's not the greatest thing to do, but it's something that's happened. Someone named Lucid, I don't think it's the real Lucid, but they said, thank you so much for all you do and for stopping by to say hi to all the boys and girls in my Lucid Motors Discord the other day. You're the best. Yes, I did stop by and I've checked in a couple of times just to see what's going on. So that was nice to see that Discord group. So that was cool. I don't remember the name of it off my top of my head, but Lucid, if you want to go ahead and plug that, go ahead. So this is a view from the east side looking west, taking a look at the cars that we're going to go over and see in a couple of moments. And let's see. I'm going to skip those. Brian Rashevsky's here. Hey, what's up, Bear? Hey, Brian, how you doing? Trevor Milton still owns Nicholas stock worth billions. He does, and I think he's going to lose a lot of it. He's going to end up losing some of it to Nikola for the fine that they paid, because he's going to lose that. There's no chance of him winning a court case on that. And then he's going to lose a lot to the SEC when they fine him, and I hope he loses it all. Brian, do we know if there have been any customer deliveries yet, or employee deliveries, or what's the number of deliveries in general? I'm late. We have no idea on how many deliveries. Production numbers, we don't have those either. From what we've seen over the last couple of weeks and months, I'm still thinking that they produced upwards of 500 cars, and I think they're going to count the ones that they didn't deliver that were missing some fit and finish issues, fit and finish parts. So here's our screenshot, not a screenshot, but here's our picture of the cars. And we're going to pause this and we're going to break it down to show you what I saw. Let's bring this up here. Here we go. That was an easy transition. Okay, so let's start at the top up here. There are two cars hidden right behind this building here. We just noticed last week that they've been parking cars behind there that aren't wrapped. We're trying to figure out if that's where they go before they do this test track or after they do the test track. But we noticed it the other day when we saw a car on the test track and went to look, and then found 3 cars hidden behind there. So today there's 2. Right here we've got 23 cars. Yesterday there were 43 cars in the same spot. So we're assuming that 20 of these cars were picked up and taken away on car haulers. Down below we've got 5 cars. Yesterday there was, I think, 12 or 17 cars, something like that, down here. So either they moved those cars up here, or they've, well, they may have moved them up there, or just gotten them shipped off. Well, I'm not sure yet if this is the cars waiting to be shipped, or if they've just gone through their process and they're waiting here before they're being parked. Not sure yet. But like over here on the left, we have 16 cars in this section right here. Maybe next time I'll put a big circle. I think it's pretty hard to see my mouse. These cars right here along the left side are all new from yesterday. These 2 rows and this car over here, they were all there yesterday also. We've got cars up by the building. We counted 10 cars. Yesterday there was maybe 5 or 6. Some of these cars appear to be the same cars as yesterday, but some of them are definitely new. I'm positive of that. And then we've got this car right here, which is not covered, and that was the thumbnail that we had. And since a couple people have joined us, I just want to tell you guys, if we get to 400 likes on this video, we are going to fly on Monday, which is usually an off day for us. We will fly Lucid on Monday if you guys can hit that like button. So we got 57 likes right now. We're almost there. Not really, but hey, we're getting there. Let's see. Let's take a look at the comments real quick. I'm sure you guys have some comments to say about the car count there. Oh yeah, and the 16 cars in the middle, those were not there yesterday. Total car count 72. Yesterday was 82, but we know 20 of these disappeared from here. So I'm saying at least 20 of them were delivered. At least I think it was more. No way to prove it though. Let's see. Make sure mic is plugged in all the way. Well, it is, and it's working. So I hope there's no one's getting any bad feedback. Let's see. Daniel and John are just going back and forth. I'm going to skip all that. think we were past that, weren't we? Salute from Italy. Hello, Italy. Francesco. Nice to see you. Let's see. GE Dream Edition number 185 is the highest number that Brian knows that has been delivered. Brian's got a spreadsheet going, Brian Cha. And 185 is the highest. So I think the deliveries are going to be below what we were hoping for. But it's the production numbers that are going to count, because I know that they're going to get these cars delivered. Unfortunately, they're going to make us wait, Jordan, for the delivery and production numbers coming out during the earnings call. I wish it would come in a little bit sooner than that. And Brian says, can someone give Tesla some competition already? Brian, I thought you were a Tesla fanboy. I know you don't drive a Tesla, but I thought you were a fanboy. I mean, I want to see them. I want to see competition only because I think it's going to improve the cars over time. Anyone seen Grand Touring coming out? We didn't see any today that we noticed, but we have seen some. We can tell by the rims when we zoom in. John says, I hope so, Bear. Thanks again for doing everything you do. Your eyes and ears to see what companies are misrepresenting information. Hats off to you. Yeah, and that's one of the things we've tried to stay non-biased over time. It's kind of slipping sometimes because I see progress at both sites, but we are trying to stay as unbiased as we can. I like to think I can deliver an unbiased opinion even if I have one. I mean, I'll tell you some bad things about Lucid if you want, because they don't like me. So, you know, it is what it is. Let's see. I've seen many of your screenshots being used by other people without you giving proper credit. You should somehow put your logo somewhere. Yeah. We were actually talking about that yesterday on these pictures, putting the watermark on it, just something that says Bear's Workshop, so that people weren't grabbing it. And I've had a couple conversations with people asking them to either give us credit or put our watermark on it. John Reed says, I agree with Lee about that. There are even news articles, and Bear should be compensated for that by those news articles. You know what? If they can properly send them to the channel, that's all the compensation I really need, and then I'll be fine with that, because that's what drives our revenue, is people watching these videos. We are now at 77 likes. So once again, I'll remind you guys, we get to 400 likes, we will be flying on Monday, and we will give you an extra view. Let's see, Manny, can someone explain what's a short squeeze? Does it benefit us or no? A short squeeze, I believe, and I'll probably say it wrong, is when there's a lot of short sellers on a particular stock, and people get together and they start buying it, and the people in the short position are stuck having to fill those shorts, and they end up losing money, and it gets rid of the short sellers. But that's probably not a great definition. Alexi, so the fit and finish parts are being replaced. At least one DE owner has his car finally shipped. Okay. Well, the cars that we were assuming were the ones that were falling into that fit and finish area were the ones that were around New Year's, that were in that top right corner, and those cars are being shipped out. So it's safe to say that the cars are starting to get on the road. Let's see. Lucid valuation is on its technology. Nikola has no groundbreaking technology, just a bunch of money, which they acquired from investors like us via line. Well, they're still producing trucks, and they're getting orders, and somebody thinks it has value to them. So that is happening, whether it was started on a fraudulent basis or not. Sorry, John. That's just the way it is. Peyton asked me, how many cars do you think they're producing a day? I'm starting to think that it might be around 15 to 20 now that they've started back up. Last week seemed to be rather slow, but I just think a lot of those cars are in different areas. We are going to be flying out there on Friday. We're going to see what the waiting area looks like, but I'm thinking it's got to be between 15 and 20. 8 Point said, would be nice, would be even better if they would come and give us an update, or give me an update. Yeah, They're not going to. They don't talk to me anymore. Brian, you can call me a fanboy of Tesla mainly because I can actually envision myself owning one. Okay, yeah, that got cut off. I know, Brian, don't you have a Cybertruck on order? I've got a Cybertruck on order too. It's going to be here in 6 years. I also put in an order for the new Chevy Silverado. If that one comes in first, I'll be able to keep that for about 2 or 3 years before I get my Cybertruck. But let's get the video back going. Let's see, there, we're moving again. Brian believes that the GTs that they produce are most likely test drives for the studios. I think that's possible. Do you have any other thoughts on why that is? Let's see. I'm going to skip Pan. Brian, but since I can never afford a Lucid and other companies now, it's harder to be a huge fan. Yeah, I know, but you got to... It's still the technology that's exciting and what's going on with that. There was one of the freshly birthed Lucid Airs sitting out there. We got a picture of that, and it had not been wrapped yet. Brian says, always watermark your photos, bro. Make them credit you. Well, this is watermarked if you look at it. It's always watermarked. All of our videos are watermarked. It's people cutting them out and then posting them. And like I said, I've spoken to a couple people about that. Warren Redlick, he did that, which I'm surprised because I thought he would know better than that. But he cut out my watermark and then used it to slander Lucid's picture that was taken. Bear, how's your Tesla's battery holding up? They're okay. My 2018 Model 3 is with about 68,000 miles on it. Degradation is about 14%. So I'm not really thrilled about that. My Model Y, which has 28,000 miles on it, is actually sitting about 10% degradation. The Model Y had that degradation come up fairly quickly. The car was bought in March, so it's about 10 months old and lost about 10% so far. There is a way to reset the battery management system, and I'm going to be looking at... I know how to do it. I tried doing it once, but I failed. It's very complex. It would be nice if there was a button to do that. And I heard that Tesla can do it also, but I heard a lot of people getting range back by doing the reset on the battery management system, the BMS. Okay, Brian said like button. Now we're at 92 likes. We are almost a quarter of the way there. So hopefully this video gets shared out a lot. That will help, whether it's on Twitter or Facebook. You send it to your grandma. Let's get to 400 likes. Let's see. Pan says short squeezes when short try to cover their short positions by buying shares at high prices. So did I get it backwards? Short squeeze by buying shares that's causing even higher prices. Then there was a snowball effect. Okay. They want too much for the Chevy Silverado. They do want too much. I agree with that. I'm still going to put one on order so that I have the option to get one. And maybe it could turn into a flip because I ordered it on day one and sell it to someone who is desperate for one. So we'll see what happens. Brian says, I've been considering buying an older model, a 2013 Model S for like $25,000 with unlimited supercharging. That would be amazing. Yes, sorry, not be as big of a fan. I love Lucid or any of these new ones. My only problem with the older cars is I'm still afraid of battery degradation, and I've got to have more range than the 225 to 250 that a lot of them have. So if you can get by with that kind of range, then I would say go for it and make sure the car's in good shape. Brian, don't get me started on Warren, bro. Yeah. Alexi, I drove more than 166,000 miles on my Model S in 2016 so far. Wow. That is a lot. I've never had a car that long, and I wish I could, but I've got that disease where you got to keep getting different things. Brian says GT order confirmation has been going out since late November. Estimate time was 2 to 4 months, so GT delivery should be starting early spring. If it was 2 to 4 months back in late November, that's actually pretty close to now. If it was 2 to 4 months. Morbat says, people comparing Lucid to Tesla is a bit unfair. Lucid is just starting off and has a long way to go, but has started well. See, I agree with that. I don't like comparing the companies to each other. I would compare the cars to each other to see what I like better, what features, what price, and things like that. But as far as comparing the companies, as far as their progress in factory construction and production, I don't do it. I think it's silly. So many people over the last year have tried to compare Nikola and Tesla, and I have no idea why. They look at the Nikola factory that's going up and go, oh, the Tesla factory, they put 10 times that amount of construction up in a day. And like, who cares? It's not what really matters right now. Intimidator, I have a Cybertruck, Rivian, Lightning, and Silverado reservation, yet none will be here soon. Yeah, I was thinking about getting more reservations just to see what comes first, as long as they are refundable. Brian says, I'm banned on Facebook for saying the news is lying about COVID numbers. Hey, Brian, we're not going to talk about that. I don't even know why I read that. Everyone's got their opinion. I got my opinion. Maybe it agrees with yours and maybe it doesn't, but this isn't the place for that. San Jose studio already has GT and they're doing test drives. Wilden says, love your videos. Lucid seem like having great progress here. Yeah, there is a lot of progress. I mean, you guys can see it. And then again, we're going to be back here on Friday and we're going to show you even more progress. So I want you guys to remember that we're doing these videos Wednesdays and Fridays, and we will start doing them on we will do next Monday if we can get to 400 likes. We're at 98 right now. Let's see. Me, Kevin, has used your Lucid picture several times when talking about Lucid on his channel. If he's going to give you proper credit, your channel would benefit from it. I've got to look into that. Somebody mentioned that before. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but my phone was on silent, but it likes to vibrate the whole desk. I'm just going to bring the video back to the beginning since everyone's chatting, just so that we have something in the background. Let's see, my friend and my neighbor got his Rivian. He got it on Christmas. Well, he's one of the few, because there was only, 920 delivered. And Marbot brings it up again. Jay Leno is doing that Lucid review on the 17th. You know it's going to be positive. So that will be, it'll still be interesting to see. But I think overall it's going to be very positive. 8 Point says, even less only using 80% battery to save on battery life from what I've heard. Okay. You see, it's weird sometimes these comments come in after I've said it and gone on to something else. And I'm not exactly sure what he's referring to, but that's okay. Let's see here. Tesla doesn't need as much range because they have a faster and more reliable charging network. Yes and no. If I took a 225 mile range car down to Mexico, I would not make it. I would get stuck halfway between the town of Sonoita and the town of Puerto Penasco. I have to take my Model Y when we go down there because that originally had 326. And I think the first time I went down there, I think when we got there, we had 20 to 30 miles left. And I'm able to, and they have no supercharging stations down there either, which is a problem. But because my friend has a house down there, we're able to plug into his dryer. All these cars need more range. Every one of them, even 500 miles is not enough. I just for long road trips and whatever the case may be, you can buy different cars for your needs. If you need something that's long range, it should be available, and it will be available eventually. Brian drove a Tesla Model 3 with 200 miles of range to Corpus Christi, which has no supercharger, and each supercharger stop was only 15 to 20 minutes at 424 miles per hour. Well, yeah, but they've got to be there. And like I just said, I go to places down in Mexico, and there's no supercharging stations from a town called Gila Bend, which is probably about 100 miles from the border. I go through the border, there's no supercharging stations. And then I have to get to down to Puerto Penasco and charge up there. And there are no charging stations. I'm just lucky that I have a place that I can charge a house. William says, "Hey Bear, thanks for what you're doing from Vancouver." You're welcome. We enjoy doing it, and we are at 107 likes. Remember, guys, we are shooting for 400 likes on this video. So once this is over, please go ahead and share the video anywhere you can so that we can get 400 likes, and then we will be out on Monday. And then next Wednesday, we'll come up with some other kind of threat to get you guys to do something strange so that we will fly the following Monday. Intimidator. Nikola has a shot. Tesla's not really a competition for what Nikola's trying to do. As far as the fuel cell stuff, I agree. Tesla has no interest in the hydrogen technology. They're not a hydrogen company. They're all about the batteries. So if there's a way for them to figure out how to get 500 miles of range out of these batteries, they're going to try and figure it out. And the big thing on this is going to be the 4680 cells and what they can do. And that'll be just interesting to find out whether the 4680s, like in the Model Ys, are they going to do less, a smaller battery pack that can go further, or that can go the same range, or are they going to do the same size 78 kilowatt battery pack and have 20-40% more in range? Or if maybe the short range will just have a smaller battery pack and the long range will have the big one. I'm hoping for big. I just like the whole idea of having more range. It's also going to help spread the adoption of EVs if these cars are going to have longer range, because less people are going to have range anxiety. Because I tell you what, my wife has range anxiety in her Model 3. And right now when we charge up her Model 3 to 80%, we're still only at like 240 miles, which is, it'll make you uncomfortable if you're trying to drive anywhere. Let's see, Alexei, friendly advice: never publicly criticize Tesla quality or complain about repair quality, otherwise you could be blacklisted. I cannot buy Tesla anymore. Well, I have. I don't know what you said, but I complained when I got my Model Y. There was paint that looked like it was peeling and they were able to buff it out. There was a couple things, but I did a video on it. I also had black handprints on my seats. I got the white seats, and whoever was prepping the car had dirty hands, and they literally just put them on the seats, and you could see them right as I was walking up to the car for the first time. It was like right there. But I don't know what level of criticizing you did, Alexi. Let's see, 8 point. I have ChargePoint and EVgo stock. Do you know which may be better? No, I don't, but I've seen both of those stocks on the recommended list of future stocks. So I think those might be some good growth stocks. I just really haven't investigated either one of them. And we're at 117 likes. You guys, I'm loving it. Remember, 400 is the goal. Here's Zipping Way is going to give us the explanation on a short squeeze. Here's how short squeeze could work. If you are an option call contract writer that guarantees the buyer to have the right to buy 100 shares of Lucid at 40 at expiration date, but the writer does not have that 100 shares, now the price keeps going up, he is desperate to grab the 100 shares so that he can sell that 100 at 40 to the contract buyer. That means he would have to buy it at 42 if it was over, and then he would lose money on it. Fearing that the price might reach 50 or even higher at the expiration date, for example, if it ever reaches 50, she would be losing $1,000 minus the premium that collected selling the contract. Yeah, options get really complicated, and I know that people who take their Series 7's test to become a licensed broker, that's the one part that everyone has trouble with and causes them to fail the test, is the options part. And I still don't got it, and I don't like to. It hurts my head. So let's see here. Tom Brady, number 12, retires, or the Cybertruck starts delivering. What comes first? That's a good poll. I might put that out. I like that. I like it. Brian says, Bear, check this. Tesla's already making 4680 batteries and about to in Texas, but the next step is to finish the dry electrode coating and then in the supply chain. That's how Tesla gets to 69%. Yeah, well, I know that they're already making the batteries and they've already got the equipment to make the batteries. We're just waiting to see when they're going to start production, and maybe we'll get a big surprise and they'll be putting the 4680 batteries into those Model Ys, because that would be awesome. John McPhee, I want to see the Model Y with 400 miles. I want to see it with more. I'm going to be greedy, but I think the 4680 is capable of more than 400, especially if they leave it at the 78 kilowatts. Watch that guy on Dave Lee talk about the battery process. By 2023, Tesla will be dropping battery prices. I agree, and I'm hoping that they drop prices soon, because I've got a Model 3 on order, and last time they dropped the prices, I had a Model Y on order, and they took that off my price, which was awesome. Brian says he's got a ton of charge point. You know, might be definitely something to look into. All right, guys. So we're at 127 likes. This is the last time I'm going to nag you guys about it. If we get to 400, we are going to fly over the Lucid site on Monday. If you guys get any questions, go ahead and start sticking them out there. We're getting ready to wrap this up. We're at almost about 45 minutes, and we're running out of material, to be honest with you. But anybody here think that Lucid will announce the production delivery numbers earlier than the earnings call? Let me know. Let's see. So again, our next Nikola flyover, where we're going to live stream, is going to be Monday, and then we'll be back here on Wednesday doing this live stream. In between then, those two flyovers, we'll be doing the fast charging with Brian from My Tesla Weekend, which we do every Tuesday at 3 p.m. So if you guys want to see us chit-chat about different EV stuff in the news, go ahead and be there next Tuesday. And we're probably going to wrap it up here in a minute. We did hit the 131 likes, which is awesome. If you guys are interested in helping support the channel, please check out the Patreon link down below. We would always appreciate things like that. And until Friday, I'm going to say goodbye for now. And if any comments come up after I disconnect that would like an answer, I will go ahead and do that. But I want to thank everyone for being here. You guys have been great. And we will see you for the next live stream next Monday. And next Lucid Flyover is on Friday. So everyone, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.